The clock is ticking for French President Emmanuel Macron, whose unpopular pension reforms are precipitating what looks to be a low-key sequel to the French Revolution. It's telling that the French people are revolting over an increase in the pension retirement age from 62 to just 64, given the fact that we accepted a pension retirement age of 67 without so much as a squeak. You do wonder whether Britain is like the Playboy bunny of Europe, taking far too much lying down. Although I'm no fan of Macron, these pension reforms are absolutely essential given the fact that France has an even worse national debt than we do. And like most Western countries, France lives way beyond its means, which doesn't end well. But the problem is he's lost the proverbial dressing room. Like so many figures in the corporate, political and media elite, Macron is separate from the real-world concerns of ordinary people, which is why they will not comply with his latest diktat. The economic case for these protests is a weak one, but the moral, political and democratic case is far stronger. After 3 years of bonkers COVID measures in which people's lives were dictated to, and in which their livelihoods were destroyed, the public have had enough of top-down, autocratic, ruling-class tyranny, which long predates the pandemic. Which is why so many people are rightly concerned about groups like the World Economic Forum and their terrifying Bond villain-style leader, Klaus Schwab. Under his auspices, the good and the great of the global elite meet once a year in Davos to decide what our future will look like. Thanks, but no thanks. The revolutionary spirit of the French public suggests, with any luck, people power will win in the end, and the elite will fall, as they did in Paris in 1789. The most symbolic moment in this more recent French political drama was not necessarily this week's violence on the streets, the noisy protests, or even the cancellation of our own King Charles's visit to the capital. It was the strange case of the disappearing presidential timepiece. On the left is Macron wearing an expensive watch worth thousands, and on the right, no watch at all. This was a TV interview in which he was asking the French people to take an effective pay cut. So there you go. When his hands disappear, the watch does too. Paul Daniels or David Blaine, eat your heart out. Flashing an expensive watch as he fleeces the nation, a potent symbol of the widening gap between leaders and their people. Now, some claim that Macron sneakily removed the watch as he realised the optics weren't good of a rich man with expensive jewellery asking the public to tighten their belts. If that's true, and of course it can't be proven, he's not alone. Hiding in plain sight the shameful duplicity and double standards of characters like Macron in France and Matt Hancock in Britain tell you everything you need to know about our so-called superiors. People power might just save France, and it may just save the free world altogether. Macron can hide his watch, but he can't hide from the public. Time's up for the French president. As in 1789, the elite will fall. Bring popcorn.